Hello, welcome to How to Play Cross Currents, a free dice abstract game using coins, dice, and dominoes. That's everything you'll need. The objective is to be the first player to get all your pawns to the other opponent's back line. You can move your pawns vertically or horizontally, forward or backwards, but never diagonally, according to how many movement points you need are on the dominoes and the dice roll. So take your dominoes, shuffle them, then turn them up or down until you have 4 rows of 7. And then you're going to place your coins on the back line. Your opponent will have one set of coins, you'll have another set of coins, and then you'll have 2 dice. The first player goes ahead and rolls the dice, and now what he's able to do, he has 2 movement points. To show what's available, we'll have to strip the coins from the board. So going from the 1 to the 2 will be worth 1 point. Equal numbers result in 1 point as well. Then you take the larger number, subtract it from the smaller number to determine how many movement points you need to move to that area. So player 1 will go ahead and take his 2 movements. Now you can move any number of coins as long as you have the available number of movement points. And that's what makes this game somewhat unique, is that you're not just focusing on one pawn at a time. You can focus on multiple pawns, but some movements are going to cost more than others. Now the goal, of course, is to get to the back line of your opponent. Now you cannot enter a coin into that back line until you've moved all of your coins, and you are also not allowed to make it impossible for your opponent to reach the back line. So if there is absolutely no path to the back line because they're surrounded, you cannot make that move. You'll have to withdraw it and make some other move. You also are not required to use all the movement points available as shown on the dice. So for instance, now we have a 9 movement point movement. If you want to stop at 8, 7, or 6, you are more than allowed to. And sometimes you're going to have to because there will be no other movements possible. So this play goes on like this for a while until one opponent gets all his pawns to the back line of his opponent. Once that happens, the game is over and that player wins. Now, of course, this is a game that most people will have all the components for in your house. If you have a set of double 6 dominoes, you have everything you need. You don't necessarily need coins. You can use any other object just as long as they're somewhat uniform in appearance, and it can be very obvious as far as whose object is whose. And you'll just need 2 dice. I prefer to use dice of different colors so you know who rolled what, but it's not important. You can use 2 white dice if you want. So there's also a variant in which players roll both dice at the start of their turn instead of just one. So you can do it either way you want. This way is the base way that's shown in the rule book. And I like finding games like this because they are free. There's nothing to purchase. And it's an idea. So nobody ever shops for ideas. They mostly go down the game aisle and look for ideas that have been packaged and the components separated and put into boxes and saran wrapped. And it's time to recognize there's a lot of ideas out there that have not been tried because maybe there's not a video on how to play them. Or maybe they might have been enjoyed by a particular set of people that have grown old, and the ideas are no longer available to the general public. Maybe it's an internet search they haven't done, or it's just lost in the ocean of ideas. There's several of them out there. There's several other videos I'm going to be making in the future, and I like to focus on ideas, things that have not been made into videos. So you're not going to see me do a lot of popular games, because if it's popular, you don't need my videos. If it's popular, somebody else has done them. So I'm not going to do a video on how to play euchre. You can find that anywhere. What I'm going to make videos of is games that you've never heard of. And I think it's just a better sell to have this idea that you don't need to make purchases to enjoy games. And I want to open up more possibilities of all ideas. So now we saw player 2 win. We're going to go ahead and give an example of a blocking rule. There's no way some of those dimes will ever get to the goal based on where those pennies are standing. And also the goal rule. You can't move your coin in before all your other coins have moved out of the goal. You must first move those out of the way. And as always, to meet people and play some card games or games like this, some domino games or some dice games in public, come to the subreddit Card Game Meetups, We hope to see you there. We hope that you'll enter your city and find somebody willing to play games. And do hit that subscribe button so you don't have to go looking for my channel next video I have. I will be producing a lot of videos and pretty rapidly, so hit that subscribe button and I'll see you next time.